All right, exciting day around here. Charlotte FC getting ready for the big game tonight. We went out there on the field, beautiful day, got our practice in, and just tightening up some things in the game plan, getting the full group out there to evaluate them and getting these guys ready for the weekend.
Dave, what is the story with T-Mac?
Yeah, something popped up in practice, so we shut him down for part of it. He was able to take a few reps, but precautionary. We'll look at him again tomorrow morning, though, just to make sure that he's ready to go.
Any serious concern, or you feel pretty optimistic?
Concern, certainly. So we'll just take a look at him tomorrow and see where he's at, hoping he can go.
Tershawn, he's coming off a strong game against the Packers after missing 4 games. Is he starting to round into the difference maker that you expected when you signed him as a free agent?
Absolutely. It's the energy, it's the aggressiveness, the violence of play, being able to be disruptive, and that's what we counted on. That's why he's here.
His chemistry with Derek, how's that developing?
Yeah, they play off each other really well. 2 different style of players, but at the same time, like the focus is the same. It's the high energy, the way that they finish, the way they chase things down, which is infectious for the whole group.
Is there a specific timetable that you've shared with us about Chandler?
No specific timetable. We'll just get him. He'll be out this week, but we'll reevaluate him through the weekend. Certainly, look at him on Monday and see if we can't get him back out there.
A week to week or day to day?
I would say week to week, Bruce. Is that fair? Yeah.
And then Bryson Tremaine, obviously is questionable. What does he bring beyond his receiving qualities? Why is it important for him to be out there on Sunday?
Yeah, he's a great contributor for our special teams unit. He does a lot of cool things for us there. And then certainly in the run game, he's a physical blocker. But on top of all that, just a really conscientious player, very smart. He gives us the flexibility and probably goes without noticing, but, he pops in for a play at X for T-Mac at times. He pops in for a play for Xavier at Z at times, plays the F position, and he's been really versatile with what we can do with him in the run game and the pass game.
Dave, obviously very different body type, but how comforting is it to have a Hunter Renfrow available to you, who you've seen this year plug in and make some plays?
I'm so glad Hunter's here. Just the way that he goes about his work, what he's been, his reputation speaks for itself, and the way that he works and the way that he's focused and locked in, it really affects the group in a positive way.
Would it be Hunter more so than Chisena if you've got to pull someone up?
We got to work through all that this weekend and make sure we take a look at the guys, see who's available.
How did Rico look today?
Rico looked great. Yeah, he had a full day of work, and really looking forward to him on Sunday.
Think he'll start?
Yes.
Dave, speaking of Rico, we haven't had a chance to talk to you since he launched his GoFundMe. And according to, I just checked a couple minutes ago, 744 donations, $25,000 raised for the Children's Home in North Carolina. When you hear that, how do you absorb that?
I just love the whole part of I know it was in the situation. It's it's something that we can certainly learn from and grow, but in every situation, there's a positive that can come out of it, and I'm so proud of Rico and the way that he approached this and just said, okay, this is what it was. This was the fine. This is an opportunity to create awareness and to bring the community together, which is what's happened with this thing. So I'm really proud of the way he's handled it.
You talked to him and others about alternative celebrations that don't involve 1, 2, or 3 pumps.
We certainly covered that. Yes.
Just real quick one. I saw an interview where Trayvon is learning to play guitar and is forming a heavy metal band back home in the off season. Just off the field question, but when you were young, did you ever learn an instrument?
I played a couple of different instruments. Sang a lot in church. Grew up in church, so a lot of worship music and Christmas plays, different things that came up. So I'm very familiar with that part of it, and I do think it helps. It helps with just the creative side of your mind, to be able to take different situations and maybe something that might look different. I just feel like it creates a lot of creativity. It's something that I really encourage people to pick up an instrument, look into music, reading music, all those different things. I think it really expands your brain with how you take in information and assimilate things.
Piano or?
A little bit of piano, a little bit of drums, tiny bit of guitar. We had all those instruments at all times, and we were at the church a lot, so you just kind of tinker and try different things, and it's, part of our family background and history. My grandpa played guitar. My grandmother played the organ or the piano for church, so it's a huge part of our family, and something that I learned about Trey early on, was some of the different things he's interested in. I'm mostly interested in the rock band he's creating in the secondary, though. That's my main focus right now. So, and I know that's his too.
Dave, I imagine after a momentous win like the one in Green Bay, a lot of the priority will be refocusing and getting back to work. How do you think that the team responded to such a win in practice this week?
I think they responded great coming back into work on Wednesday and understanding that it requires all of our energy to be focused on the opponent. The Saints are coming in. We got to look at all the stuff and be locked in. There can be distractions. I want to make sure that the guys take from the Packers game the lessons of winning the turnover battle, and we turned one over, but we were +1 in that. All the critical variables that led to success, that led to the win, let's capture those things more so than trying to make it more than what it was. It was a win, and every win is great for us, but it's the confidence in our process. It's the confidence in the style of football that we play that works for us, and those are the lessons that we have to take and we have to carry over week after week.
We've seen Rob Hunt out there a couple days this week. What's his timeline?
I can't give you a specific timeline. I know he's running around and moving, doing a lot of still his upper body rehab, but he's getting his legs going and making sure that his cardio base and lower body strength is there as his arm continues to catch up in RTP. And so they're bringing him along. He's right on track. So and he's into it. He's been there like all day, just working with the training staff. So just counting him to take it week by week, and we'll see where we're at.
There's a chance you have him this year?
There may be. I think it gives us an opportunity to go into the bye week to kind of evaluate where he's at physically. So that gives us a little bit more space and time, having 4 games after the bye to kind of evaluate that. But again, it's going to be week to week, and it's all going to depend on making sure that he can do his job well in a safe manner where he's not putting himself at risk and he can be effective the way we know he can.